run away and escape. But Twisted Fate, as you know, we've been saying all tournament and
from happening, really counteract what LGIM is doing to them and put themselves in a much better situation. So, and as well as being able to be a great damage source in general, whether she goes Leandries or AP Burst, I think it's just an overall strong champion that especially complements a team fighting against Kha'Zix and Cho'Gath.
And we have the new Kale skin, which is glorious.
It's amazing.
Glorious. It's very glorious. So, level 1, can we expect anything here?
Sorry, I'm just watching Kale. So anyway, yes, level 1 looks like LGIM is going for the exact same brush they were in the last game. They decided they really like this patch of grass. It suits them well. The nice tall leaves can keep Cho'Gath hidden despite his tall stature. And it's a comforting place for them. It feels like home. So that is where their invasions be coming from. The fact that they are stuffed up like this means they're almost definitely going to go in. And they're throwing Anexis for a loop here because they're like, last time we picked a Mumu, they invaded our blue. So we're going to ward our blue and make sure they don't steal it. And they're going for red. And there's the Rupture.
Oh, look at Arkwell's positioning there. He was just outside range there of that knockup. That was actually the most impressive bit of positioning that I've seen in a long time. I mean,
yes.
Most people wouldn't stand so far in that. I mean, you'd stand further forward to see them coming earlier.
Sure.
If he'd have done that, it would have been caught.
That was an absolutely great play right there. So good thought by him to be like, I'm going to stand in this corner and hope you miss the Rupture, and did that. Now, standard lane's here for Anexis. They're taking the double golems, trying to get a little bit of an experience advantage. LGIM, because they got spotted and got no advantages, are actually not able to invade successfully here. And of course, Ring having to learn Rupture at level 1 for that, he's getting a very, very strong pull here from his AD carrying support.
That's where he's going to be starting off on the other side of Mumu. Has already done his blue, and with a little bit of help there from Kale. So let's go through these lanes then. Top lane Rumble versus Kha'Zix. Your opinions on that one, Freak?
I like Rumble a lot, but there's a lot of room for Kha'Zix to like suddenly burst people down. We've seen a couple of Kha'Zix matches where suddenly the guy's isolated and he WQs and he loses a third of his health. If Zaxxon can keep that from happening, he'll tend to win this lane, but he's got to play this pretty much immaculately to make sure he doesn't get those random spikes.
There we see early on, spikes actually coming in. Not doing too much damage as of yet, and you can see that Rumble there, actually with the Flame Spitter, is able to outmatch him, outdamage him even this stage of the game.
Yes.
So middle lane, Kale versus Twisted Fate. Despite the two beautiful skins that we have lined up, how does the matchup work?
Well, I actually like Kale here quite a bit. I think she's going to tend to outfight Mid-King. The Q can't miss, whereas Mid-Kings can. Whenever he locks a card, Kale can easily react to the situation and kind of sit back. And the rest of the time, she can just turn on Righteous Fury and tend to be really annoying. So I like Celevar here. I think he's going to be able to do really, really well. But he can't stop Twisted Fate from ulting out and helping a side lane.
And the bottom one, a bit more of a standard one that we've discussed time and time again in these last few months. Misfortune Sona against Ezreal Zyra.
This is a lane that I'd said many, many times I felt like Sona had the advantage because she can kill off the plants and she can sustain, but we've actually been shown almost every single time that Zyra is putting out more damage and actually kind of scaring out the opposition. What we are seeing here, though, is Anexis, much like we saw in the other semifinal against LGIM, they were pushing against that bottom lane, shoving them to their turret, and it actually worked quite well. So we'll see how that pans out. I think it's one of the more close lanes here. That's a little bit more difficult to call.
And which lane do you think we're going to see the most aggression in there, especially when the jungle has started to get involved?
I think the bottom lane is most likely just because it's very, I think, easy to kill Sona in general. Misfortune's not very escapable, and Jungle Cho'Gath does have some pretty good ganks with Zyra.
So, what have we got early on then here? 28 to 23 CS in this bottom lane. Ezreal starting out with that Doran's Blade. Longsword and Pots was the choice of Misfortune. In the middle lane, both actually went Boots and Pots. Top lane actually Flask now with Pots finished for Kha'Zix, and over for Rumble he's got himself a cloth armor and those Boots of Speed as well.
Yeah, so I like Zaxxon here because he went back for those secondary items, put down a great ward that's going to reveal most of Cho'Gath's ganks. Now it's kind of onto him to not sit near this brush and not be in range of ruptures from a lane gank Cho'Gath. But here's the mid lane gank.
Celevar was in a little bit of trouble there. The ironic thing is that the stun card came down from Twisted Fate just before he walked into the range of the rupture from Ring. If it was literally a fraction of a second before that, it would have been a totally different outcome completely. But that's how it goes sometimes. Celevar did burn his flash though, and that's definitely an opportunity, although Mid-King did use his flash and his ignite.
Yeah, so I was wrong about that. Seems ganking for Twisted Fate is even easier than ganking for a Zyra, and that is pretty true. So now it's on Kale to play far back. Expect Cho to kind of camp this lane and try to look for another one. That said, TF has also burned his flash, so he's also available. Here comes Overpower.
Overpower here up by that Tribush. Lasher and Paragon both going to be reacting to this one. Right, brilliant dodge from Overpower, but is he going to have enough health here to survive this one? Not going to take much more to take him down. Actually, Paragon has gone fairly low, but here comes Mid King. Rupture going to land onto Arkwell. This is going to spell disaster. First blood, Paragon. He will flash away, uses that cleanse, and now Sullivan turns his attention over towards Lasher. Gets stunned up. He's going to go down. Takes Paragon with him though, but now they turn back around. Grom is low health. Where is the card Twisted Fate? He doesn't quite have him just yet, as Overpower is going to bandage toss his way back in there. He can't quite catch up. There's a stun card again. It's not going to take much to finish him, and it is Mid King that gets the kill.
Wow, just getting enough mana there to land the stun card really, really helpful for that one. 3-1, and that fight ridiculously close. A great cleanse by Paragon to get rid of the Ignite. Arkwell actually did not flash the Rupture. The reflex is not there for him, unfortunately. And that would have been a much different situation if he had not been hit by that. He would have been able to put out more damage, and that fight might have been a bit different.
Well, it ends with a 3-1. Obviously, a long fight at this stage with everyone being limited in terms of the amount of damage that they've been doing. This top lane lone the entire time have been going head-to-head. We have the Tear of the Goddess now already finished up by Kha'Zix. He's picked that one up on his last trip home. He is slightly behind here in the CS. If you look at levels, actually it's just half a level right now, and that's literally just the time that Lilac went back.
Yeah, so basically here, you've got a very equal matchup. Ultimately, a little bit of damage. Actually, nice, as he evolves the spikes, he actually takes a bit of Flame Spitter damage. It does lock you up for about a half second as you play that animation. So, nice little move there. Damage from Zaxxas, but his bottom lane, once again, we're seeing it very, very, very close. Well, Misfortune has minion kills. There was a champion kill and an assist here for Ezreal.
Now seeing the blue buff being given over towards Twisted Fate as well. He is now level 6, and we all know that's when Twisted Fate starts to get interesting. And speaking of that, he is going to go in. They are going to be going down towards his bottom lane. It's Grom that's the target. The roof's going to land. He is dead. It's Paragon that picks up his second kill of the game.
Very, very nice gank right there, and that is ganking with Twisted Fate for a Zyra lane. You land the stun, you wait for that to land, and then you just have the easy grasping roots on the back of that one. So great play there. I like Zaxxas actually really going head-to-head here. He can put out some pretty good damage with Overheat, but he's got to be worried about the isolation damage. And looks like that Flame Spitter is still fearsome enough. Lilac not really wanting too much trouble from Rumble.
Yeah, he still needs to be a little bit careful of that one and how he can overextend into that position. So I'm certainly not scared of him at this stage. He's trying to push his advantage as much as he can, but those Evolved Void Spikes, we know how deadly they can be. He's got 4 points up in that already. I mean, dangerous times, to be honest, for Zaxxas if he gets overconfident. Yeah,
but here, though, we've got, this bottom lane still fairly equal. The ganks that come in once in a while are definitely valuable. Sona, though, is probably going to hit. Actually, I don't think she will hit level 6 before Twisted Fate gets his ultimate back up. So you might see him come back there very, very soon and really try to ruin Grom's day. And actually taking a bunch of damage bottom lane. Sorry about that, guys.
Well, it went down as it should do. Perfectly scripted, as this lane should between Zyra and Ezreal. It's the root coming down as Arkwell also taking a lot of damage. They go into the dive here. Bullet time comes out. Lasher actually is tanking the turret up. He is going to fall there. His fortune did die to Zyra in the end. Now Overpower's trying to get around, but you're not going to be able to catch an Ezreal.
Not so much enough. Celeber in a rough spot, ulting himself to try to get out, but there is the rush from Mid King. Great kill picked up.
Brilliant, brilliant play. And Paragon, in the meantime, in that bottom lane, just dodged the bandage toss as Mumu did get in range. But we can see that the pressure coming down here by LGIM onto this middle turret. But yeah, the kill in the bottom lane was literally the root from Zyra, the ultimate Ezreal ultimate, and then Mystic Shot and an auto attack was the finish. It was easy kill setup for them, and LGIM here are going to take the first turret of the game, and it's probably the most important one of these outer turrets as well, the middle one.
Yes, exactly, and that's going to just open up so many opportunities for LGIM. They're getting the loser buff slow on Overpower. Looks like the gold card wasn't going to last long enough, so he turns himself back around. But LGIM are in a really, really good place here. They've got control of the map. They've got more gold, they've got great fighting.
Speaking of places, look at that for a bit of positioning drop. Oh, not quite. The root not quite landing onto it. Arkwell, though, could be in danger. We are seeing Overpower coming in. He's actually missed the bandage toss, but Paragon coming in from the side. Here comes Twisted Fate. Stun Card lands. Mystic shot over the wall. Double kill Ezreal. That was beautiful. That was a blind Mystic shot completely in Fog of War and knew exactly where Sun had flashed to, knew the gold card had landed and Stunner in place. Great play right there from Paragon. 9-2 this game. This is looking amazing for Incredible Miracle. Right now, Anexis are actually pushing this middle turret, but they've got 4 men coming. They need to be a little bit wary of how this one could go down as the bandage toss comes in. Curse of the Sad Mummy does go down. I'm not sure how good this is actually going to be for Anexis. We see the ultimate coming out of Kale. That went to Overpower. He's dead. Paragon is going to flash away. Picks himself up a double kill in the mix of it. He did die in the end, but the Rupture flashed away from by Celeber, and they will back away. And Zax had a completely whiffed his ultimate in that fight. He put it along the trees right here, hoping to burn down the forest. Wow, some damage from Misfortune. Wow, it might actually double up here, you know. Ring is very, very low. Sona had run off towards the side. Arkwell decided to ignore it in the end, but Zyra's going to, sorry, Zyra, not Sona. Zyra's going to have to now take a bit of an interesting path, because Arkwell is running up after. Probably won't quite be able to get into position. Actually, he's gone back down. And in the meantime, Zazas and Overpower saying MVP, vote for him, lol, Smartcast ult for the win. So yeah, having fun at this stage. I mean, 12-4, 1-0 in turrets. It's the middle turret. 4.8 thousand gold after 11 minutes is no small amount for him. Now, and Misfortune's going to dive on this turret. Actually, Lizardbuff slow is nice, but not quite enough damage. Lizardbuff will take once more, but 68 health is going to separate Lilac from death. And here we go. If only, I really like if Zax had only ulted properly there, he would have been in so much better shape. But that really, really hurt their chance there. They would have gotten another, probably even 2 kills in that fight. Obviously, forgot that he had that on Smartcast, which I'm sure he won't do again. Likely not. Well, for his sake, we'll hope. Yeah, hopefully just fix that here after that death. But why does that leave us then in terms of the items? Mid lane, Kale got the Stinger, got the Doran's Ring, got the Ruby Crystal, got the Boots of Speed. We look over towards Twisted Fate, who's got that Sheen in there. Got the double Doran's Ring plus the Sock Shoes. We've seen another Dragon being started here. AD carries, the difference is quite apparent here as well. I mean, Misfortune's ahead in the lead, but Ezreal at 7-2-2. Bloodthirster, Bloodthirst and Zeal and Doran's Blade in there. Whereas you see a Vamp Scepter and the Berserker Greaves and a Doran's Blade over for Misfortune. Overall, things are just looking so brilliant for LGIM. They really are. This is kind of their game to lose at this point. They've got huge advantages. All the kills on them. I mean, you just mentioned the item lead. Bloodthirster Zeal at 12.5 minutes is ludicrously fast. That's absolutely incredible from them. And Misfortune, you know, is on sort of standard item pacing. You'd expect her to finish it very soon. It's 1550 for the BF sword, only 650 for the upgrade from there. They're going to find Lilac, though. Yep, Lilac here could be in a little bit of trouble. He's actually gone very, very low. Paragon did take down Overpower. Look how low Sullivan's gone in that as well. Zazas is going to be caught out. Triple kill for Paragon. He's up to 10-2-2 already. He's got another 1,700 gold on him. Well, they call it an AD carry for a reason, but Paragon is taking this one a little bit too far. He's got a giant backpack right now, and they're going for their second middle turret right here. And he's having just a wonderful game here. That fight was pretty well positioned for Anexis. It was a good KO ult, but you just saw how easy it was for Paragon to clean up in that battle. Just said, oh, you're low, I'll grab you real quick, no problem. 13 minutes 50 in. First inner turret has gone down. We see LGIM just pinging to go back. And pinging at the same time down into this bottom lane. Grom and Arkwell are the two there. They've taken the turret. They've got nothing behind them. Their only real option right now is to run completely away. Twisted Fate doesn't have Destiny. That might just be their saving grace, unless Slasher will actually go in. He actually drops a ward straight on top of Arkwell, who's going to try and come in to take him down, but to be honest, he is going to fall. It's Lilac in the void spikes and picks it up. Yeah, excellent kill picked up right there, and now it's time for them to push into the base. They're going to go for that bottom lane. They're going to go for Zax's first. The silence is there. I don't think they have the crowd control, though. Bit of damage on the ring, but I think he'll be safe. Now, Paragon actually, Arcane shifted away from that fight then, just to take down the 2 small lizards in that camp. We can see LGIM, as we've been very much used to them doing, is once that inner turret's down, they command that side of the jungle is then theirs. They do not give that up.
They are in complete control of the game, and it's really up to them to play aggressively here. Now, not recklessly so. You saw Ezreal Arcane shift backwards, didn't know where everyone was in the jungle. But Zach is here. They're going for the 3-on-2. This is going to be a good one.
Crescendo coming over, cleansed away there by Paragon, but the Rumble ulti will get the shutdown. A bounty, 432 gold for him there. There's a Mumu will ulti onto Lilac as well, but look at the damage coming out. He's going to hop away. Here come the rest of the team. Twisted Fate, actually, he's going to ulti in towards the back of him. He's managed to kill Rumble, and now Zyra is the one running for her life. Can she get away from 3 men here of Anexis? Going to be slowed down by Sona. There comes the bully time over the side. It's Overpower, though, that takes it away. Misfortune could have probably used that one.
Excellent pickup right there. Then, yeah, she would have really liked to have that gold. At least rings them to get a turret up top for their troubles. But that was actually a pretty good fight swing there. They got a couple of kills in a row. It was very, very, very good for them. But they're still down in objectives. They got the kill, but they didn't turn it into anything. They didn't get a turret out of it. They didn't get Dragon. They didn't get really much. They just got a little bit closer in the gold lead. They maybe picked up a couple of killing spree bonuses, but they've got a long road ahead of them. Now, Nexus can win this game. They've got a good team for just eviscerating an opposition. There's only one big tank on LGIM, and that is Cho'Gath. Everyone else is very susceptible to this area of effect team, and you just saw how fast they died to those ultimates. That's going to be the key for Nexus. Well-positioned, amazingly synchronized ultimates.
So we talked about how far Ezreal ahead is. He decided to go for the static shiv. I mean, we've talked about this before, that it's more of a style option.
Yeah.
But do you think when you're that far ahead that it's the right option to go for?
I don't know if it really makes much of a difference. The difference in stats actually not that high. I think Ezreal probably more than any other champion or any other AD carry probably uses static shift the best because he moves around the most. Moving does generate static shift charges, which will prepare it more often. And you know, he's a champion who's gonna get occasional poke more than most other champions. You know, those long range Qs every once in a while, he's gonna get the burst from it. But at the top lane, Zach is getting chased down by Lilac. He's taking quite a bit of damage here. Now under his turret, and Lilac is just going for this. Look at the damage output there. Kale ulting, but a little bit late.
Yeah, kind of unneeded there. Now Celiva is maybe going to get caught out himself. You see the wild cards connected, but I'll tell you what, Celiva's not in a very comfortable position, I'll tell you that. He's down to around about half HP. The entire LGIM team is closing in on the turret. He gets hit within the wild cards once again. The turret is going to fall as Lilac and Ring both force the entire team away there. And that will be another inner turret down. Still only one remaining in that bottom lane. I'm guessing that LGIM is going to go home spending spree first of all. They're up to around about 1,000, but again, the usual kind of scenario, get them wards down in the enemy jungle.
And this is just the right way to close out a game here. They're in the lead. They've got almost 10,000 gold. Ooh, narrow bend, toss miss right there. And it's up to them to just say, all right, let's strangle you down. Let's get these last few turrets out. Maybe we can bait out Baron or Dragon. That's a possibility. Getting ward coverage all up in the jungle also allows them to steal away buffs more frequently. Now, looks like this golden buff not going to go to LGIM, but in general, vision is one of the biggest keys to closing out a game.
Baron may have to be an option at some point here for Anexis, a kind of last-ditch all-or-nothing attempt. You can see that the entire team is there. They have no pink wards currently. So stick down and see if they can get that vision away. As they see Cho'Gath headed south here, but Ring's not an easy one to kill in there with that Warmog's already in place. Middle turret, they could do a bit of damage too. They've got minions coming in there as a bandage toss actually landing here onto Lilac, but look how much damage Overpower takes there.
And it's going to be a brutal situation for him, and now they're separated. This could be an easy fight.
Oh, Roots landing here onto Overpower. Zyra ultimate is going to go down. Sona did ulti in there as well as Twisted Fate comes into the back. Actually, Kha'Zix jumped to the back of them as well to do the damage. Celiva is going to get hit by the stun card. He has put the ultimate on himself. Lilac will go down. Can he take Mid King here with him? Mid King just waiting for that gold card once again to come up. And there is a triple kill Ezreal and an ace coming out for LGIM. 5 for 2.
All right, well, Paragon just needs 4 more assists to make the perfect score for an AD carry. Let's see if he can do it in this game. But LGIM is once again a great fight and a bit of an overextension there by Xaxis and Overpower. They got completely separated from the enemy team. Celiver could not be in range to ult them to keep Mumu alive for longer. And you just saw LGIM pounced. The TF ult came up. They all ran over there. They landed the crowd control. Yeah, they got some ults back, but the positioning wasn't there.
LGM, they're not able to push any turrets down before they respawn, but again, as is customary, take away the entire jungle. Those buffs in particular being the more important things. And then head off towards Dragon, just increase that gold lead even more. It's over 10,000 gold right now. 5-1 in turrets, 22-10 in kills. It's Ezreal ridiculously fed. Twisted Fate 2-0-13. I think all credit's got to go to Twisted Fate as well. That he's really set up a lot for this team. I mean, 13 assists, that's a huge amount.
Yes, 2-0-13 is a really, really great score. It's something to be ashamed of as TF to not have all the killing blows, because he has really enabled those lanes. Early on, that bottom lane went in Anexis' favor. Misfortune and Sona were ahead there. But as time went on, Twisted Fate got the gank down. You saw the re-engage later on onto Sona. I mean, Grom has been so under-leveled this game because of how well they've ganked him. He's had a really rough time. He had a really rough time surviving the lane, and Paragon got kill after kill after kill, turned every fight into his favor, and he's just snowballed ahead.
Yeah, as you said, it's just 4 assists away from the elite score. I'd like to see that. That'd be cool to have. I mean, he's picked up a Warmogs now as his 3rd item.
Yes.
So, you know, he's got the attack speed in there, he's got a lifesteal in the AD. It's like, well, let's just get tankier, let's play this one safe, let's add to my survivability. And I don't think it's a bad decision here either, because they can tank through the damage that Anexis can put up with their limited item pool.
Exactly.
And then turn around and wipe floor.
Exactly. The only sort of ability here for Anexis to win is a perfect team fight. AoEs layering together and bursting things down. And here they come in.
They're actually hiding there inside of that Baron pit. Let's see how this one goes. Bullet time. Crescendo, all pretty good here. First kill actually coming around for Arkwell, but we talked about it. Tanking through the damage that they can put down. Mid King will take down Mumu there. Arkwell going head-to-head with Paragon, who's just healing it all back. It's 2 kills for Twisted Fate. Paragon going to arcade shift and flash to get in for this one. He's just the one last hit on Tazan, which he lands with a Mystic Shot. Another ace for LGIM.
Scumbag Ezreal stole 2 of his own kills. He would have had it, man. Or he would have been closer, I should say. Oh, well.
Well, this could be one of the final pushes for LGIM. This is just not a game that Anexis are going to look back on and be proud of themselves, because LGIM have just come out of the blocks absolutely sprinting, and they've not really slowed down at all.
No, not at all, but they know the respawns are back. They know they would lose a fight inside of Anexis' base and give up Baron if they lost that fight. So instead, they're going to get themselves back to base, heal back up, death cap up on Twisted Fate. There's items all over the place for them, and they're going to make sure they don't do anything to throw this one away. You saw the early game damage, or sorry, the early fight damage was great from Anexis, but that was about as well positioned as you could have hoped. A good KO blocked a lot of the damage, but they didn't have anything. They couldn't kill them off, and so I don't know what Anexis can do here.
And we see now as well Bloodthirster, Brutalizer, plus a giant spell in there for Kha'Zix, getting really, really deadly. With Rabadon's death cap was also finished for Twisted Fate in that last return home. Sheen coming out for Ezreal, headed up no doubt towards that Iceborne Gauntlet, which just gives him, with that Warmog, so much survivability, the ability to kite forever.
Yes, and that's just difficult. There's not a lot of openings here. The next thing that I think Anexis can hope for is for Kale to finish her Leandry's Torment, getting some % health damage. Same for Rumble, getting some % health damage to start breaking through the Warmog Giant Belt team on LGIM. I think that's their next big item break point. And we'll see if they can stop Baron.
Here we go then, Rumble Ultimate comes down, LGIM actually pretty low here, Ring might go down, he will just about go down, I think there at the end, yes he will, Lasher is fairly low as well, Mid King taking a lot of damage as Bullet Time comes across, we see that Ezreal is actually still alive, and he's going to go head to head with Arkwell, he's going to win this one, no doubt about that, and that is another ace, another double kill, 17-3-7, kind of got the 7s and the 3s and the 1s in there that we were looking for earlier on, but what a fantastic performance overall here from Paragon and the rest of LGIM.
Paragon just lifesteal tanked Arkwell in that last fight. Absolutely great play by him. And just unfortunately, if Misfortune were in that fight 4 seconds earlier, she showed up late. If she were there in time, on top of a Mumu, on top of Rumble, on top of Sona, that would have been a different fight, I think, because everyone who died to Misfortune's ultimate really helped win the fight in the beginning there. Paragon still having to go back here, though. He's really powerful. He's really quite tanky now. He's got a Iceborne Gauntlet up next for him, so some armor in his near future. And that 1,300 gold Glacial Shroud is his. But Anexis, thing is, we just saw glimmer hope there. We just saw a fight go really, really well for them with that AoE team. So I don't know. There's that small chance that that perfect team fight could happen.
And I suppose the longer this game goes on as well, if they manage to get that perfect team fighting, could be good for them. As Aquil actually is chasing down Paragon here. He's not got much mana left. Will have enough for one arcane shift here over the wall, which, well, it will be enough in the end of the day.
Yeah, he was actually banking mana as he was running away. Got up to 90 just at the perfect time. But Mid King on Twisted Fate was coming down to support him, so even if he didn't have any mana, I think he still would have been safe there.
So they're going to head home once again. Shopping trip for everyone. And there is the Glacial Shroud. Picked up for Ezreal. And also Elixir coming out of Twisted Fate. So certainly gearing up for that final push here to win the Intel Extreme Masters Brazil.
There's definitely a good chance of this one. Hey, Lilac going back. Thing is, there's not enough power on Anexis that even though they know Ezreal went back to base, they know, well, even if they knew that Lilac was going back to base, they don't have the power to, like, win a 5v3 at Baron. They would take too much damage from Baron. Incredible Miracle would just wait for a little bit, let him get low, and then engage later, and it would be difficult. So here we go. Misfortune coming from the side. Twisted Fate ultimate is up. This is going to be a make or break fight here for Anexis.
Kha'Zix here actually gets hit with the bandage toss, but jumps away to safety up on the top side. Are they going to come in here for the rest of it? Yes, they are. Aquil in trouble. Ultimate comes down from Rumble, but how are these going to turn out for them? Aquil going low. Aquil already down here. Zyra ultimate is perfect as well, hitting pretty much everyone that's left alive for Anexis. It's now overpowered there in the middle of the team. He goes down. Rumble is being chased by Cho'Gath, who's trying his best to get in contact with him, but gets slowed there in the end thanks to that Riley's Crystal Scepter. That's actually turn around, he's just going to try and kite him the entire time, but the ring is kind of fine as we are going to see the surrender coming down. An incredible miracle are going to win the Intel Extreme Masters here in Brazil.
Excellent, excellent play by them. They were just pretty much perfect there. They played every fight amazingly. Lilac had quite a good game. Paragon had an amazing game.